let's gather around. It's time to talk. Oh, yeah. All of those talk and share every moment, everything here. Questions unanswered, truth untold. Yeah. All of those talk and share every moment.
Hello. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I am Priscilla Dando, and I'm sitting here again with Shadrach.
Dando.
So today, guys, we're going to be talking about depression. We thought it was a very good topic to kind of talk about simply because of some things that were going around us, and we were like, wait a minute, this is very concerning. I feel like we need to talk about it, not only for us to grow, but for you to grow with us as well.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, maybe I should give a description of what depression is. So what depression is, the meaning of depression is a serious mental disorder that can impact anyone, affecting their mood, thoughts, and the entire body. And the symptoms for this is feeling of sadness, tearfulness, emptiness, or hopelessness, angry outburst, irritability, or frustration, even over small matters. So, as for you, my love, what do you think about depression?
But I feel we decided to talk about depression today because, especially in African community,
Yeah.
we actually do not believe. As I'm sitting right now, I feel like it's a scam. I still feel like that,
Yeah.
but having seen that from people around me, I feel now I still have a little doubt.
Yeah.
But I still, at the same time, I'm like, these people will not pretend it's actually an actual thing that they're
Right.
going through. You know, I've seen a story that's going on the internet,
Yeah.
and then I read the comments and people, Congolese, literally saying that, nah, Congolese, we don't go through depression, we don't kill ourselves, all that. But that's why I feel like we should talk about it. It's a real thing. It's
Yeah.
actually happening, and people are going through it.
Yeah, depression is real. Like, I also do know a friend of ours that was very depressed, that had to leave everything behind just to get a minute for themselves. But yeah, we all thought that this person was like gone, donezo, kidnapped or something because she just went MIA. We were also worried. They were post missing person, and it was just like really panicking the entire community. But my thing is, the ignorance in the Black people community is so heavy that when somebody is actually going through depression, they have to pretend to stay strong. They have to pretend it's not real. Some people are going through the same thing as you, but will find it strange to talk about it or even share.
We are not really
Because-
open to
Right.
talking about it.
It's seen as a sign of weakness.
That too, yes. But I feel we, as also as friends or family of the person that's going through like depression, we don't actually like stop for a minute to check, like, are you
Right.
really okay?
Unless
Like, we just ask, are you okay or are you good? In a way, just like the formality of every day, we ask each other, how are we doing?
right.
But we don't really mean to ask, are you really, really okay?
Right. I do
Yeah.
feel like there is a difference because, like, if anybody at work or on the street says, "Hi, Priscilla, how are you?" Clearly, my first response is, "I'm great.
It's like
I'm
automatic.
good." It's automatic.
Yeah.
But for you to really know that somebody is okay, I believe you actually have to ask them.
You have to kick back.
You
and
have
then
to
like,
kick,
are
like,
you
like, are you really okay? Like, talk to me.
Yeah.
Make it a safe space for them to share. And don't be that negative buddy that is like, when they share with you, you start laughing about it or you start minimizing their feelings. What someone is feeling, just because it's not a big deal to you, it does not mean it's not a big deal to them. To them, it means their world is crashing.
That's true.
And the little negative peck or giggle could really just like make it worse for them.
Yeah.
And my other thing was, in the Black community, people wait until like something bad happens,
Until it's too late.
and then that's when they're like, they start to actually blame you. They actually start to blame you, like, why would you be feeling like that? Why would you be feeling so sad all the time?
We don't actually choose
Why
what
would
to
you
feel.
isolate yourself? Nobody chooses to isolate themselves. Nobody wants to be sad. Some people that are depressed would look at you and be like, how come you're so happy? Like, I want to be that happy.
Yeah.
But they can't. They don't know how to break the cycle. And it is up to us as a community to come together and make this a norm.
Yeah. I have a friend that's a pastor that he was telling me that he went through depression. I was just like, because he's my friend, and I'm like, you're a pastor, you're at the same time you
Shouldn't be
can
going through this.
exactly, but it does get to anybody.
Yeah, it
You
really
could be
does.
a pastor, you could be I don't know, whoever you are. It
And I
gets to
know
everybody.
this is a concern for you, my love. Do you think depression is spiritual or has to do anything with like spirituality, battling stuff, or do you think it's just like on the brain? Like,
I was talking to my dad. He feels like, oh no, it's spiritual, na. But it could be.
yeah,
It could be some depressions like spiritual, but I will not really put it too much on spiritual, because if we put it too much on spiritual, then what's the use of therapists? What's the use of how do you call psychologists? And
yeah,
they are important, you know.
yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, I think it's just a mental thing. It's not
Right.
really spiritual.
The brain is very powerful. It has a
Exactly.
mind of its own,
Yeah.
literally. So as for me, I don't believe it's spiritual as well. I actually do believe that there are some things that are just a battle of the brain, and praying about it would not change anything. Yes, praying about it may give you peace, but if nothing changes, if you don't, put the work towards it and just expect the Lord Jesus Christ to come down and take the pain away or take whatever that's going on away, yeah, might have to try another way because it's not gonna work. But also, I do believe that by making it more comfortable and more normal to talk about it, is going to help us kind of
I
be
feel we need to
familiar
talk about it more
with that feeling, because I feel
Especially,
ashamed to talk about
in a
it.
family space.
Yeah, I
we need
feel
to talk
ashamed
about
to
it
talk
more.
about it to certain people of our
It's
kind.
also because we have so many people that do know how to keep secret. You might confine in them, and the next thing, when you turn your back, they go tell another person.
They see
what
it as
you're
a
going through.
joke. Yeah.
Exactly. So, that's why it's hard. That's why
Yeah.
it's hard, because we
It's
make it kind of like a chain. I tell you
Yeah.
my stuff, you go tell another people. Like, it goes round.
and then they
round
add a little bit of sugar and the salt. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I really do like the way white people handle depression. It is, to them, it's a norm.
They
Like,
go
they
pay
talk
for
about-
someone. They pay
Yeah,
someone.
they pay someone.
They say everything that they wanna say.
They
and then
speak. Yeah, they go
it's
to
gonna
therapy. They
remain-
take they
yeah.
put in the work. They talk to their parents. They're like, yeah, I'm depressed, and some are like, they'll get medication, some antidepressants. They will do certain things. I'm not saying that for them it's always a good outcome from depression, but I'm just saying that to them, for their community, it's a very much comfortable topic. It's very much open. So yeah, I feel like the way they handle that side of the things, I agree. I do. And what do you think you should do for some treating it, or
What I think,
Um,
what it should be, that's not what I
yeah.
think.
What it should be, you should probably like try to find therapy. Most definitely, it's
It's
okay.
not what I think.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Therapy should be something we should not look at as weird. Oh my goodness, Black people really think therapy is weird.
I still I'm still a lot more, not little, but a lot more skeptical about therapy and stuff. I just feel like I just pay someone and then so they can just
It's
hear me
very
talk.
strange. Yeah, it's very strange. When we
But
first
I believe I
got
am my own consultant. I talk to myself a lot.
at some point, but I do think
I do
sometimes
talk to myself
you
a
need
lot,
to
so,
confine in somebody.
I know, but I am my number one self consultant.
That's a good thing that works for you. But I remember when we first got to the US, they would give you like therapists. Like you don't have kind of like a choice. You have to go see them at least twice a week. And each time I would go at the office, and they would, like kind of make me feel comfortable. Like, do you think like it's the way they talk so nice and smooth? Do you want to lay on the couch
But
and
it
put
was
your feet
necessary
up?
because you're coming from I don't
traumatic-
know, a traumatic place.
I get it.
Yeah.
But you're also coming from a place where this is not normal. You don't just talk about.
Yeah,
You don't. So
yeah.
that's a stranger.
Mhm.
So then, to me, it kind of got me off guard. We would sit there for literally 60 minutes of staring at each other. I would be looking at her and she's looking at me.
You don't know what to say.
I don't know
You
what
don't
to
know
say.
where to begin.
I don't even
and
know where I forgot what my trauma is. I think my trauma, this became
We
my
actually
trauma.
made trauma normal.
Yes.
We made trauma normal.
We normalize trauma.
Yeah,
Like, this is normal. If I go through the hardship, it's a good thing. I'm growing. I'm getting stronger. Like, it's not. We need to start talking to each other. Excuse me. We need to start talking to each other. We need to make it a norm. Therapy is not bad, my dear Black folks. Therapy is not a bad thing. Go to therapy, speak to people, speak to psychiatrists. They will help you. These people are trained on some level to help us get
But
better.
I'm not like in disagreement that therapy it's nice, but I also feel like many people that go to therapy, they come out delusional. Now they leave depression behind. Now they come
No,
out
I know.
delusional.
I don't know. We've talked about this. There are some people that do go to therapy, and they literally become this entitled people. Like,
Yeah.
they become so entitled to things. They just feel like, I feel like
They don't do no wrong.
yeah, they don't do no wrong. They confront, like, because in therapy they teach you to confront the person that is either bullying you or the situation, like face it. So then they always think that when something is wrong, they tend to just like confront the situation like they were the victims. Like,
They don't take accountability after coming out of
like
therapy.
going
That's
to
why I
therapy.
feel like it turns them. It doesn't really solve the problem. It solves one problem by bringing another
creates
problem.
another.
Exactly.
Right. I think after I started knowing or seeing that therapy does kind of work, but then I also saw the other result of these people that come out of therapy are this way. They're very entitled. They're very like self-centered. I kind of was like, now I'm scared. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing.
It
If
is
you
a
go
good-
in it with-
is in everything. There's
Yeah.
pros and cons. And
I guess.
therapy has its
Bet.
cons. So, yeah.
So I think if you do go in it with the intentions to grow, and if you are aware of your surrounding and knowing that I can also play part in hurting others, then you will
it takes a
be
bigger person for you
successful.
to be like,
It does
okay,
take
I
a bigger
understand
person.
that it takes two to tango.
right growth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you understand that, okay, my part was like was 10% or 20%, but
Still own
it's still
Yeah, own it.
yeah, exactly. But if you do not own that part,
Then you get not
Like
growing.
that at
We're just
that
going
point
on.
where I just feel like therapists just be feeding these people's egos and stuff.
That's crazy. But I do remember. How about like postpartum? Do you know anything about that?
Postpartum depression?
Yeah.
You are a woman. You went through it. You
I
should
know
talk
when
about it more.
when I first like got pregnant, because I didn't know about what postpartum meant.
Uh-huh.
When I got pregnant with our firstborn, I kept telling him, like, the doctor said postpartum depression can start early on in pregnancy. And
there is antpartum something like that.
whatever that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the before.
The before.
Postpartum is after the
Right.
giving birth.
But basically that whole process
Antpartum, I think it's
can
antpartum.
start like before the pregnancy
Mhm.
or during the pregnancy, my bad. And they would kind of like, the doctor would tell you how it's like after birth and everything that you could go through. This was my first time hearing about it, but again, I was a woman, so I kind of like grew to kind of understand it. I did my research, but he, on the other hand, knew nothing about what postpartum meant. So each time I kept bringing it up, matter of fact, you even give it a whole nickname, postpartum.
But yeah, that's in French. Postpartum, that's in French.
Nobody probably says that.
Oh, that's in French.
I didn't know that it was in French.
No, I
just
wasn't
thought you were
even
like-
joking about it. That's
just
how you
thought
say it in
But
French.
you said it in such a funny way that I didn't know
It could
was
be my way
another
of saying it, but that's how you say it in French.
Since I don't know, I feel like you could just tell me anything.
All right. But yeah, that's how you say it in French. But,
But, yeah.
Even the postpartum depression,
Yeah.
and us in Africa, we do not know of postpartum depression.
We don't. Nobody talks about it.
I
They'll
don't know,
tell you
but
everything else about childbirth,
yeah,
but they will not tell you about
what
postpartum
a woman
depression.
feels after giving birth.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it. There's nobody actually that comes around to make sure that that lady that gave birth is like she's all right
Mentally. I'm telling you, postpartum is real.
Yeah.
It is real because I had my kids back to back. So then after my first baby, my postpartum was I was not done yet.
You were not healed.
I was
from it.
not healed
Yeah.
from that yet. And then my kid was 5 months. I got pregnant again with my second born. 9
You like
months.
they do, eh?
I wonder who is to blame in this, my love.
You like they do.
But literally for 9 months and 2 weeks straight, I was crying every day.
I know.
I cried with my second pregnancy like every day. There was no day that I skipped without crying. My husband would sit on the ground with me sometimes and ask me, "Why are you crying?" I didn't even know what to say because I don't know why I was crying. I don't know why I'm crying. But now I'm crying because I don't know why I'm crying. And now it's freaking me out that I'm crying.
And
Like,
I'm
it was-
asking you why.
and you're asking me why. I don't know why. So it was just like, I was just like, I don't know. I just felt like my world was breaking down. My life has changed. I thought I was just maybe like, my life was over. I never thought, good thing I never was suicidal and all, but I do know some women can get there.
Yeah. There is like stages.
Yeah, there is stages, and then there's like the blues stages where sometimes moms feel like killing the baby or hurting the baby to kind of like, because they think that if they eliminate the baby, the feeling goes away. So yeah, it can kind of, but they call it the blues, whatever. It was real. Life hit different. I saw life in a different light, and
what helped you? What helped you to overcome it?
I think
Have you overcome it?
my postpartum, I do believe it's kind of like gone away. Maybe not my body, and obviously as a mom, you still have your daily regular stresses. Never gets easier. I cannot say that it gets easier so that you can go do it. It does not get easier. They're still toddlers. They drive me crazy, but I do appreciate that we do this together. But either way, but I think my postpartum calmed down after my second boy was about maybe like 9-10 months. Because I remember like after I wasn't crying as much, but I would kind of just have my regular like breakdowns and it was just kind of like bad. I would just kind of feel like I'm a failure. I'm not doing a good job as a mom and all that stuff. It was just like a dark little moment for me. But it lasted about 10 months after my second born. And then I just kind of like got over it. I started giving myself grace and understanding that if this was so hard, there would not be as many kids and many mothers that are out here doing a good job. So then I just kind of got over it and give myself grace, continue to give myself grace. And whatever I was feeling, instead of avoiding...
You and Grace.
I know, I love grace. Give yourself grace, guys. But I instead of running away from the feelings that I would feel, I would kind of like face it.
Yeah, that's what we do most of the time. We kind of like find a back door for you to run away from your feelings.
Give yourself all these excuses.
Until it catches up again.
Right. And then it becomes even worse. It's like doubles.
Yeah.
So then it's like, if you just face it head on, if you're feeling sad, sit down, feel that sadness. If you're feeling like crying, cry.
Cry it out.
Cry it out. Because, then you just deal with that emotion right there and then. And my husband really just kind of like held me down through it. He never made me feel like I was too much. I know he didn't know what to do either. This is his first time. His mom, he didn't talk to his mom about it. He didn't see his aunties do it. He didn't see his sisters do it. He didn't see his neighbors do it. So then it's like, for both of us, we were learning. So I was giving us grace.
Yeah.
I know, I wanted to say that again.
Yeah, but the major thing to do, I feel, you feel some type of way, just talk to a friend.
Talk to a friend.
It doesn't matter. Just talk to a friend.
Yeah, talk to a friend. Talk to your church member if
Pastors
you feel
are
like...
there for it too. Pastors are there for it.
If that's where you feel safe, talk to somebody.
We are in a place like the Western world. Everybody is busy.
And life is hard.
Nobody have time to stop for a minute to...
Yeah.
But let's try.
Yeah.
Let's at least try.
This is the least we could do, because life is hard. You think of the bills, you think of the kids, you think of the family back home.
And bills, everything, all that contributes to that.
We are working to literally just pay things off. And it's like we never really get time to, like go away from work and really process what is going on in life.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. But as for that, the good treatment is see a therapist, see a psychiatrist, diagnose what you're going through. And I know there is like, antidepressants. I don't know if they're over the counter, but if it's not, talk to your therapist. That way they can make that happen for you. Drink water, exercise, go out, because stress is not good. I mean, when you're depressed, it's not good when you're like locked up at home all by yourself. It does help when you're out there. So go out there, find a little hobby.
Hit the gym. Hit the gym. Hit the gym. No, yeah.
Hit the gym though.
Yeah.
Walk. If the gym is too much, just
take a walk.
Start slowly, one day at a time, walking, running, and just being outside more helps with... It's better than medication. It's better than medicine. It's healthier anyways. Mm-hmm. So walk, go out, try to surround yourself with people that bring you good energy.
And do not fake your happiness.
Yeah, don't fake it.
Because most people that could like commit suicide, like unalive themselves, they are happier around people.
Yeah.
For they're all to just hyped. Be like the next day, so and so.
Yeah, they unalive themselves, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
you know, like you never see it coming.
It'd be the most happiest in the crew.
It'd
It'd be the most happiest in the crew, and
it's crazy to me. It really is crazy because you just don't think about it. You don't expect it. So yeah, I think let's just be compassionate, be kind, because when you're going out there, people that you're meeting at work, people you're meeting at the grocery store, you don't
people
know.
are going through.
You don't know.
We
what
fight
people are
battles
going
every
through.
single day in our heads, in our hearts.
Yeah.
Many are trying
At
to
home, you don't know what's going on.
Many are trying to be good people every single day, but it's actually a tough job, like a tough thing
It's
to
a
do.
tough world out there.
Yeah.
There's just, you know, it's raining cats and dogs. That's what they say. It's raining cats and dogs. So yeah, let's just be nicer and kinder. But you guys, I really appreciate that you guys joined us here today.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else to add on?
No, apart from what to do, hit the gym, see a therapist,
Drink water.
drink water.
Lots of water.
You don't drink water, so
I drink water, just not as much as you.
but that's all. That's all I feel there is to do, and
There's not much.
talk about it. Talk about it.
That's true. Talk about it. Find a friend. Yeah, be what you also want. You be what you want people to be for you.
Yeah.
Extend that hand, and somebody else might extend that hand to you too. But yeah, as for tonight, we are through. Thank you guys for joining us today.
For joining.
Please subscribe, like, share everything, and we really appreciate the love we've been getting from everybody, the advice, the feedback. Thank you for everything. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, and I know I get a little bit emotional, but no need for that. I really appreciate all the love and feedback. Thank you. So yeah, we are now on what is that app called? We are now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So you guys can listen to the audios. Yeah, and just kind of like download it. That way, if you don't want to, like, you don't have to go on. We're gonna put the
links below, so yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want to go on YouTube and all that stuff, which we're still gonna
you might be
on
at
YouTube.
Work, you have your like AirPods, you can follow us on all those platforms.
We're gonna still be on YouTube with the video and all, so that you can see the interactions. But other than that, you can also just listen to it, as he said, at work or on your go. We're going to make it short and sweet. So thank you guys so much. We really love you and appreciate you. And that will be it for tonight.
We're out.
We're out.